What's up with this bee barn nonsense? This is the back of my truck. I've loaded several hives on the back of my truck the last few years. I have videos showing that. So if I need to move my bees to a different location, I put a strap around them. I use the Langstroth hive. I put a strap around them, load them up on the truck. I have a tractor with a bucket, but if you don't have a tractor with a bucket, you could have somebody help you. Strap them, load them up, put them on a truck, take them to a different location. These bee barns, I see people like Vinyl Farm on YouTube. It doesn't look like they're very easily moved from one place to another. And see, I can slide my hives back and forth on these galvanized steel posts that they use for road signs. And the other thing, Vinyl Farm is claiming that bees grow faster. That's nonsense. Absolute nonsense. I do just fine with Langstroth hive, and it's a lot easier to store all this stuff. Commercial beekeepers use the Langstroth hive, but a lot of commercial beekeepers, they put 4 on a pallet and they don't use a metal cover. I see sometimes some of them are using wood and it rots, gets wet. I use a standard metal cover. I don't use galvanized. I try not to. I started with galvanized when I bought some from Better Bee, and I made some galvanized, but then I switched to white. It doesn't get hot. I don't have to worry about getting burnt. You see how this stuff is easy to stack? And I don't have very many items to complete my hive. I have a shim, I have a bottom board, I have a bottom screen, and an inner cover, and I have a stack for each of them. I got some stuff sitting here. I haven't had time to arrange it, but I can arrange everything real nice in this little shed. And a bee barn, it looks like there's a bunch of other stupid things you gotta have. Let me show you this. I'm breeding my virgin queens right now. I've created over 30 new laying queens. That's the reason I have all my bees here right now, and there's 2 other commercial beekeepers in my area. So there's 200, I'm estimating 200 colonies. Half of them are mine that have laying queens, not counting all these mating nukes. Now, I had a video on a couple times, couple videos previous to this, where I had my large colonies here, and I slid them down. I didn't have to pick them up. I slid them down all the way down to here. I did 7 at once, and all the original workers went to the original location. I should say, and you see, my point is, the bee barn bullshit is all nonsense. They're trying to sell you products. Look at that. That's a split off these large colonies. This is a Langstroth hive. A bee barn is not going to be any better than a Langstroth. Okay, that one right there, 10. That was 52. They just now got a virgin queen in there, so it's been like over 2 weeks. About 2 weeks since I did this. And look at the size of this colony here. See? So don't let people on YouTube lie to you, tell you something's better than something else. You know, like a bee barn's better than a Langstroth hive. It's not, okay? And then, if you really want your bees to grow, I'm going to say this again. Give them a nectar source. Okay, this is asparagus, this is pollen for them, not so much nectar, but I got Dutch white clover everywhere. And then there's more out here in this field. There, all that white stuff is Dutch white clover. So if you want to have a lot of bees in your area, make sure they have a nectar source. It's good for breeding new queens. And you'll see large hives, small hives. When I was doing splits, if I had an open area, I just strapped a hive, and then I did a split, and I'd put it on my tractor and move it. put it on these posts here. You know, there's a lot of people on YouTube that like to brag about what they're doing, and I know I'm bragging about what I do, but look at my proof here. I have a lot of crop farmers in the area. It's hard on my bees, and winter was long. I couldn't get them restarted. They started late, and I didn't use Better Bees winter patties this last winter. That has 15% real pollen in it, so the pollen substitute that I used would not get them to start. So you got more bees over here. So I'm at 177 colonies. Probably 50 of them don't have queens yet. So I would love to see Vinyl Farm outperform me. If he's going to put videos on bragging about everything he does and how good he's doing this and that, I don't see any interest in the videos. I read the titles, but I'm not interested to watch it because it looks like a lot of stupid nonsense. Okay, thank you. Bee barns are a waste of time as far as I can tell.